yeah, 392, yeah, 392.
Let's make it. Hey. Man, what is going on, everybody? 392 Reviews here. Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another beautiful day. Actually, a beautiful day. You know, it usually rains on my day off, but y'all know how it is. Yeah, shout out to the traffic in front of me, man. Everybody was committed to making that that left green arrows, man. So, you know, salute and shout out to y'all. It's gonna be a good day. I mean, it's 1:54, so I mean the day's already essentially gone with. So wanted to come out here, man. Y'all see the topic of the video, talking about some things with the Hellcat, with the SRT, with the Jailbreak, with the last call charger wide body. If y'all been following the shorts, y'all seen it. If y'all been following the channel, y'all know that I definitely had put in an order for a last call SRT. I did want the Hellcat, but the dealership that I work at was only taking allocations. We're only putting orders on the Jailbreak, so it's not a red-eye Jailbreak, just a regular Jailbreak. I believe that has like 797 horsepower. Essentially, it's the red-eye. That's what we're gonna be talking about today, man. Y'all see, we are in the Daytona. The Daytona is not going anywhere, and that's what we're gonna talk about today, man. So let's hop into it. So we just going to park out really quick, but y'all see the topic of the video. Just gonna go park up at the little park up here. Park up at the little park. I like that. And just give you all the rundown, man. Give you my opinion. Give you essentially the situation that I am in, and sort of which direction, you know, I'm going towards. The beauty about being, you know, on this journey, on this YouTube journey, and one of the things I love doing is being completely honest, straightforward. Not, you know, withholding any sort of information, just being, you know, just being honest, man. I'm a normal person. I'm a regular person out here, not better than anybody else, you know, just doing my thing, man. Being a lover of cars, trying to, you know, excel at that and trying to do exactly what makes me happy. So that's gonna, of course, transition into, you know, the conversation. So y'all see the title. We are going to, excuse me, be talking about why I did not move forward with the 2023 last call wide body charger SRT Jailbreak, and why I decided to, you know, keep the Daytona. The biggest answer is I have essentially what I was kind of always looking for from day one. And day one is before I kind of did the whole YouTube thing, when I still had the Infinity. I wanted to get into a Mopar. I wanted to get into a Charger with the V8, and I wanted to get into a 6.4. I've had this 6.4 for 2 years. I absolutely love it. The car payment makes sense. The insurance is not too high, so that makes sense. And I'm able to still kind of do what I want to do. You know, the mortgage and everything on the house does not really, you know, hinder, you know, the mortgage with the car payment, you know, all that stuff still makes sense right now. So that's kind of what I'm going to be talking about, y'all. At the end of the day, the car was just too goddamn expensive. I don't really know how to say that any else, but the car was just too goddamn expensive. And y'all gonna be like, well, Nolan, I mean, didn't you know the price of the vehicle when you had ordered it? Of course I did. But y'all, when it really comes down to actually stomaching that payment, the monthly payment, geez Louise, y'all. It was just a big no for me at this time, at this stage that I am in my life. You know, in a couple years, don't really need to give too much information, but in a couple years, I want to be able to make moves that, whether that's getting another crib and renting the place that I have out now, whether that's being able to get I don't know, maybe a Hellcat that's not at a $1,200-$1,300 car payment. I want to be able to make that move, and I want to be able to make that move comfortably. So that's really what this video is going to be about, y'all. So we're going to go to the park really quick, and then I'm just going to kind of give you a rundown. The elephant in the room, I do work at a dealership, so I was able to get this car for not necessarily MSRP, nothing marked over, and that's going to, of course, that's going to segue into kind of like my whole conversations or the whole reasoning behind the car. I was able to order at a $0 deposit, you know, shout out to my dealership, you know, shout out to Chapman and everything like that. And I was able to get it a percentage under invoice, which I know a lot of dealerships may or may not be doing at the current time right now. But it didn't cost me anything to order, so that's kind of number one. That's why I went with the order. I always wanted the octane red. That's kind of the color I fell in love with. And let's be honest, man, who doesn't want a Hellcat? Let's just be completely honest, y'all. So I was like, you know what? Let's kind of put the order in. Let's shoot for the stars. Maybe, god damn, speed, that pothole, man. Let's shoot for the stars, man. At the end of the day, I just figured maybe when it came in, if the numbers made sense, that would be something that I would be able to do. But they didn't make sense. So when the car came in, so the car came in about a week or so ago, and I was able to kind of get a mock, a set of mock numbers, first pencil as we call it, with kind of my, estimated equity within the car that I have right now. So, of course, y'all watching, I have a 21 Daytona 392 smoke show. Love this color, love my baby. And I was going to use, of course, the equity that I had with her, or, the equity I had within the car, totally use that towards the Hellcat. So that would be anywhere from, let's just say, $10, $15, maybe $20,000. Let's go ahead, get in reverse and park up for y'all real quick. Of course, we're going to be all crazy over the lines and everything like that, but we're not worried about parking right now, y'all. We ain't talking about that. Let's just go ahead and get these windows down. So, back to, I wasn't planning to put any money down. All I was going to do was use the equity that I had within the car, within the Daytona. So we kind of, doing, taking a look at what I owe, taking a look at what these cars kind of go for, and like as in a trade-in value or in the private market, I was kind of able to, come up with a couple numbers, 10, 15, 20, and kind of, theorize or, and put it into a, a hypothetical situation if I were to move forward with it over, I guess, what was it, 60, 72, and 84, which is 5, 6, and 7 years. The loan I have right now with the Daytona was only like 62 months, so I think it was like 5.5 or 5 months and 5 years, 2 months, which was a little bit too far or too high for me. I definitely didn't want to go to a 72-month loan, and I definitely didn't want to go to a 48 because, of course, that would bump the payments up. So I kind of hit that, that cool medium, and that was the 66. Just post it up here real quick, make it a little easier to look at and stuff like that. And y'all can see I did chop the hair. Had enough of that ish, but that's neither here nor there. So I was going to use the equity that I had within the Charger and then finance the Hellcat over 5, 6, or maybe even 7 years. So of course the numbers are presented as a rolling average, a 90-day rolling average between the two stores. If y'all have been into either the housing market or the newer used car market, that rates are astronomical. They astronauted them in the sense where they shot to the moon. So the rates are insanely high right now, which doesn't help me. I think right now I have like a 3.1% APR on my current loan for the Charger. So, getting a new vehicle, of course, that rate's going to probably double. The payment's going to probably double. It did double. I pay $550 right now, and I think I was looking at $1,100, $1,200 car payments, not including insurance. Insurance right now I pay for, let's just say anywhere from maybe $1 to $1.50. So with all things being considered, the car payment and insurance, I'm probably, $550, $600, maybe like $700, $650, $700 in with my current car situation right now with the car payment and the insurance. With the Hellcat, that was doubling just for the car payment alone. When I initially got into this car, I took on a $36,000 loan. I'd be probably taking anywhere from $75 to to 80, maybe probably like $75,000 of a loan. That's an insane amount of debt to take on, in my opinion. Obviously, we know, you need debt to make money, debt makes money, whatever, everything with finance will say, use other people's money, not your own. I understand that. But in the point right I'm now, the money I'm making right now, it didn't make sense to double my car payment, double my insurance, just to get a car that is double amount the power that I will not be able to use. I feel like me getting a new car, I'm gonna be, maybe even more super weird about it, taking it to places. I already kind of am weird taking my car to places now, not always wanting to go into the city, because one, these cars are targets for people looking to break into them, and two, cops. That brings me into another situation I'm gonna make another review about, or another video about cops stereotyping and essentially profiling these cars. I had a situation, luckily nothing went bad, all was good, but I definitely wanted to make the situation about what the hell happened to me, or this little situation that I think amounts to the whole sort of, Mopar fan base. So my rate was doubling, car payment was doubling, insurance was doubling, and that really would probably put a hinder on my finances. Being able to do it, y'all, and then wanting to do it are two completely different things. Of course I want this. I want to do it. I can more than likely do it, but that doesn't mean I want to. I'm in a position of trying to pay my house down. I could take essentially, or pay the mortgage down. I could take the vehicle, meaning the Hellcat, take that $1,200 car payment, let's just say insurance, you're probably talking about $1,500, $1,600 out the door every month. I could take a fraction of that, throw it to the mortgage, pay off the mortgage quicker. I could take a fraction of that, put it away, and just save it. Put it in, a finance account. Not something I'm actually gonna do, but put it in an investment account. A lot of that money, being forked out for this car just personally did not make sense to me, y'all. Many of y'all be sitting there, listen, why the hell are you going to give up a 2023 last call jailbreak? They're not making them anymore, the price is gonna go up. I understand that, yo, I really do. But I want to be comfortable in life, and I want to be able to do things when I want to. Shout out to the homie Grizzy, just went down to Atlanta. Have a couple beach planned, have a couple beach trips planned, maybe Delaware, Lewis, maybe Cape May, maybe a couple Wildwood trips with the, with the homies from work. I want to be able to do those things and enjoy life at the end of the day, y'all. And I think me putting myself in that financial situation, I think it would be a burden, and it just doesn't make sense. Don't get me wrong, maybe I'll have regrets later in life, but I think what I could easily run into with getting the vehicle is putting myself into a situation that I'm just not necessarily prepared for right now. I still want to be able to save money after every paycheck. Damn, it got dark. Golly, it got dark. All right, let's hop outside real quick, y'all. Give y'all a little run around of the car. Let's hop out real quick. So, that sort of, brings me into, not wanting to do it. Is different than not being able to do it. So with the car I have now, man, I take a look at it, went back and forth, weighed the pros, weighed the cons. I have a vehicle that, in my opinion, I enjoy very, very much so. And I feel that, this was a car that I had gotten, one owner, kind of put my own twist onto it, kind of did everything I wanted to do, and met a lot of great people, did a lot of cool things. And this, I've talked about it time and time again. This, in my opinion, is the best platform out there. 6.4 liter paired with this 8-speed, man. It is fan-effing-tastic. I don't necessarily want to lose this. I don't necessarily want to hop into a car that I'm not going to be able to use the power, or I'm going to have that power that's going to be able to get me into a trouble, when I already have this thing that already got me in trouble, already got me 4 points on my license. Shout out to that officer, awesome dude. Thank God we were able to work something out, so I was able to keep my license. This, that, and the third. I have all these modifications, the lights, I got the lowering springs, I got the muffler delete, I got the window tint. I essentially have to restart, redo everything. Now, yes, Nolan, couldn't you pull everything off the car? I'm not doing that. I'm not taking the tips off, the diffuser off, the wicker bill off, the tint off. I'm not taking the lowering springs off. I'm not taking the wrap off. I'm not taking the mirrors off. I could probably do all that, but I just don't freaking want to. And when I get the new car, well, if I ever got that new car, I'd have to do all that same shit right over again. Just ain't worth it to me, man. I love the sound of this vehicle. I love daily driving it. It's so daily drivable in its purest form. I think this car really is fantastic, y'all. And if you ever gotten a chance to drive one, you kind of will understand what I'm kind of talking about. Does it really make sense to go with the Hellcat? No. Point blank and simple. Do I want to? Yes. Should I? Nah. You know, and this is just, of course, just me getting older, me kind of maturing, maturing a little bit. But, you know, every day you get a little bit older, every day you get a little bit more mature. Ideally, that's, you know, that's what we would all hope for. And I think, you know, the younger kid in me would say, like, no one, go ahead, you can afford it, pull the trigger. But the kind of the adult in me is saying, look what you have right now, be thankful for what you have, point blank and period. Why put yourself in dire, you know, financial stress just as a hope to boost the YouTube and everything, and to, you know, boost my fan base. You know, if that backfires, then, you know, I don't want to look at it like that, man. I don't want to get the Hellcat just to make it a business decision. That's going to be later. That's going to be for later, you know, business ventures and everything like that. But I'm just so in love with this car, yo. I thought about it the other day. I was like, you know, Nolan, does it make sense to take what you've built, the modifications and everything you've done, and just sort of get rid of that if you're not going to get that money back from you in regards to, like, the trade-in? Now, you know, if someone wanted to give me 55, 60 grand for this car, now I wouldn't probably be making this video. I would have took all that equity and just threw it right at the cat and probably had, like, maybe a $900 car payment. It's a lot different than $1,200, y'all. A lot different. Y'all will know what I'm talking about. Anybody out there with a $1,000 car payment, let me know. Seriously, let me know. Was it worth it? Do you have any regrets? Guy just waved at me, honked at me, gave me the thumbs up. Do you have any regrets or anything like that? Because I don't want to have buyer's remorse. Now you're gonna be like, no, well, how the hell are you gonna have buyer's remorse with a 900, you know, borderline 800 horsepower car? If that puts me in the crib eating bologna and cheese sandwiches all goddamn day with ramen, you know, it's not worth it, man. It's not worth it. I want to be able to go on vacations with my friends, with my families. I want to be able to go to the store and get every piece of, you know, get every drink, food, piece of fruit. I don't really do too well on the vegetables, but, you know, I want to be able to do kind of that stuff. And maybe that's me being selfish, but I'm being selfish towards, I guess, myself. And at the end of the day, already having the Hemi kind of put it in perspective for me. I don't think I'm ready to essentially give up the APR I have right now in the car, or in the monthly payment I have right now, to have that double. I think there's more to life than, you know, having a Hellcat. Some will probably say, nah, there's not, just go for it. But I think by making this video, y'all kind of understand where I'm coming from, in the sense where you have to do what's best for you, not so much, you know, not necessarily what other people think, but you got to do what makes sense for you. And you're kind of the only one that'll be able to kind of admit that to yourself, or be, you know, you're the only one that's going to be honest with yourself. So, you know, we got a lot of the younger folk that you know, all the younger buddies I have saying, no one, just go ahead, pull the trigger, you know, it's worth it, though it is, blah, 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 da, da, da. Then I got a lot of other people saying, you know, what's the point, that they wouldn't. But I can't really listen to anybody. I can't listen to he say, she say. I got to essentially take this and make the decision for myself. And I think I have, man. I told Ashley, you know, our order team guru, to throw ahead, you know, make it stock. So if y'all looking for a wide body Hellcat, octane red, Jailbreak, got the sort of like the, I wouldn't say chrome, but like the polished warp wheels that were first debuted on the Hemi Orange packages, hit up Chapman, man. She'll be available. I just think it didn't make sense for me to do at the time, and I think I'll be happy with my decision. I don't think I'm gonna regret it. How can I regret it when I have this thing outside? You know, how can I regret it when I get to hear this thing start every day? So at the end of the day, man, quick video, not really that quick, but hope y'all enjoyed. If stuff doesn't make sense, there's no reason to try to force it to make sense. You got to do what's good for you. You got to do what's smart for you. That way you can do stuff later in life. You know, there's going to be other ventures, business ventures, partnerships that I'm going to probably try to get myself into that is not going to come just from having the Hellcat, you know? So that's kind of what I had to take a look at and take a step back at, and just, you know, be thankful for what we have and be thankful for what we got. So So y'all see it, man. At the end of the day, it had to do with payments, overall car payment, overall insurance, not being able to save for anything else, man, not being able to take sort of, you know, the trips I want to do in life, man, not being able to enjoy it with the people around me. So that's essentially kind of what my reasoning was for not going forward and taking the Hellcat. So, you know, let me know y'all comments, man. Throw a like for your boy, man. Subscribe if you have not already. Throw a throw a comment in the, you know, below, man. What do y'all think? Would y'all have done it if you were me? Do you think I'll regret it? I don't know, man. Let me know. People are always gonna have regrets, and I always say, you know, you should try to move through life limiting as many regrets as you can. But when it comes to this, I think I could easily regret not keeping the Daytona, you know, and you know, it's a lot of blah blah blah, and I already got this video long as hell. So at the end of the day, man, thank y'all so much for watching. Thank you for all your support. Please throw a thumbs up, subscribe if you've not. Thank you so much for 5K subscribers, road to a bajillion. Y'all know how it is, man. 392 reviews checking in, checking out. Peace.